A 25-foot wave of pure sweetness shouldn't be deadly, but it was. On a deceptively mild January afternoon in 1919, Boston's North End was a bustling, vibrant neighborhood. Children played in the streets, workers hurried to their lunch breaks, and the air carried the usual mix of harbor smells and city life. No one could have predicted that in just moments, the very ground beneath their feet would become a sticky, suffocating grave. At 12:30 p.m., a colossal storage tank, holding over 2 million gallons of molasses, ruptured with a sound described like a machine gun or a thunderclap. The sudden release created a towering, viscous wave that surged through the streets at an estimated 35 miles per hour. This wasn't just a flood. It was an unstoppable brown tsunami. The tank belonged to the Purity Distilling Company, a subsidiary of the United States Industrial Alcohol Company. They used the molasses to produce industrial alcohol, a crucial ingredient for munitions during World War I, and later, for rum. This specific tank had been built just 4 years prior, in 1915, standing 50 feet high and 90 feet in diameter. Before the disaster, residents had complained about leaks from the tank, particularly during hot weather. Children would even collect the sweet syrup that seeped from its seams. These complaints, unfortunately, fell on deaf ears, ignored by the company focused on wartime production and profits. When the tank finally gave way, the force was unimaginable. Steel plates, once holding back a liquid mountain, were ripped apart, some flying hundreds of feet. Buildings in the immediate vicinity were utterly annihilated, their structures no match for the sticky onslaught. The wave engulfed everything in its path: horses, carts, people. It slammed into the elevated railway structure, derailing a train and tearing down support girders. The sheer weight and viscosity of the molasses made escape nearly impossible for those caught in its current. 21 people lost their lives that day. Some were crushed by the initial impact, others drowned, suffocated by the thick, heavy syrup. The victims included workers on their lunch break, a teamster, even a young boy who had been playing nearby. Their stories are a poignant reminder of the human cost of negligence. Among the dead were Bridget Clufferty, a 65-year-old seamstress, and Stephen Clufferty, her 43-year-old son, a longshoreman. They were among the first to be identified, their lives tragically cut short by what should have been an innocuous industrial product. The scene after the initial wave was one of utter chaos and devastation. Rescue workers, police, and firefighters rushed to the area, but their efforts were hampered by the sticky, ankle-deep molasses. It was everywhere, making movement treacherous and extraction of victims agonizingly slow. Horses, essential for transportation at the time, were particularly vulnerable. Many drowned, trapped in the goo. Reports describe the gruesome sight of animals struggling, their desperate cries echoing through the molasses-coated streets. It was a macabre landscape, dripping with death and sweetness. The cleanup was an epic undertaking. For weeks, the North End smelled of molasses. Firefighters used salt water from Boston Harbor to wash the streets, but the sticky substance had seeped into every crack and crevice. It coated buildings, furniture, and even the hair of residents. The brown stain lingered for decades, a constant reminder of the disaster. Even in the summer, the heat would reactivate the sugary residue, and the air would once again carry the sweet, sickly scent of molasses. It became an indelible part of the neighborhood's memory. In the aftermath, lawsuits piled up against the United States Industrial Alcohol Company. The company initially claimed the tank had been sabotaged by anarchists, a popular fear at the time. However, investigations soon revealed a far more mundane, yet tragic, truth. The tank had been poorly constructed. It was rushed into service without proper testing, and its steel plates were too thin for the immense pressure they were designed to hold. A critical design flaw, combined with colder temperatures causing the molasses to become denser, led to its catastrophic failure. It took 6 years for the courts to reach a verdict. In 1925, the company was found liable and ordered to pay damages totaling around $1 million, a substantial sum for the era. This landmark case helped establish stricter industrial safety regulations, a small but crucial silver lining. The molasses flood remains a bizarre and compelling chapter in Boston's history. It's a story that highlights the dangers of corporate negligence, the resilience of a community, and the unexpected ways disaster can strike, even from the most unlikely of sources. Today, a small plaque near the site commemorates the victims, a quiet reminder of the day a wave of sweetness brought death and devastation. The ground has been built over, new buildings stand, but the memory, and perhaps a faint lingering scent on a humid day remains. The incident serves as a stark reminder that even seemingly innocuous substances, when mismanaged or contained improperly, can become instruments of destruction. It's a lesson in engineering, accountability, and the fragility of urban life. Think about the everyday things around us that we take for granted: the containers, the infrastructure, the regulations. Each one is a silent guardian built upon lessons learned, often tragically, from events like the Great Molasses Flood. This isn't just a story about a flood. It's a narrative woven with threads of human error, the relentless march of industry, and the enduring power of a community to heal and remember. A sweet, sticky tragedy that Boston will never forget. If you're curious about other unexpected historical disasters, you'll want to dive into our next video.